Hello, and welcome to the first video of our new Catastrophic Impairment series, discussing common questions about catastrophic impairment. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Roger Foisy, and I'm the principal lawyer at Foisy Associates, a law firm in Ontario that is dedicated to helping accident victims and their families secure fair settlements. With me here today is Harpreet Sidhu, one of our associates at the firm. Thank you so much for being here, Harpreet.
Of course, I'm excited for our conversation.
Over the years, we've had a lot of people reach out to us with questions about catastrophic impairment and what it means. To help those who may also be wondering, we're putting together this series to discuss frequent questions we receive about catastrophic impairment, starting at a high level and digging into the subject further as we go along. Let's get started with the first question. Everybody's been asking, what is catastrophic impairment and how is it determined?
So catastrophic impairment is a legal definition that's constructed by the Statutory Accident Benefits, or as we call it, the SABs, to govern accident benefits claim. In Ontario, individuals who are determined to be catastrophically impaired are entitled to more substantial accident benefits than those who are determined to have non-catastrophic or minor injuries.
I think it's important to add that being deemed catastrophically impaired signifies that the injured person has sustained life-altering injuries. It clearly recognizes that permanent impairment they face.
Absolutely. And for clarity, a designation of catastrophic impairment, it's not made by a medical professional. It's made by an insurance company at the recommendation of those professionals. In most cases, the injured person or their lawyer will gather medical opinions from experts who support that they have reached an impairment classified as catastrophic under the law. If the insurer disagrees with the experts, they are entitled to a second opinion and catastrophic impairment assessments from their own experts. What happens when someone is determined as catastrophically impaired?
Well, once deemed catastrophically impaired, an individual becomes entitled to a minimum of $1 million of treatment, rehab, and attendant care benefits from their insurance provider over their lifetime. They'll also have coverage for housekeeping and home maintenance.
I know we also get a lot of questions about what that $1 million looks like.
Definitely. And it's important to understand that this situation doesn't mean an automatic cash payout. Instead, this determination allows a person access to $1 million in benefits and treatment over their lifetime. Catastrophic impairment is not the same thing as compensation, which is what you sue the at-fault party for. One of the most significant factors we encourage people to focus on is that this coverage lasts a lifetime. In some situations, a person may not need $1 million of coverage, but they will need coverage for their entire life. Having the security of knowing that you have coverage for the rest of your life for any treatment relating to your physical, cognitive, and psychological injuries cannot be replaced. How does being deemed CAT affect the decision-making process for accident benefits?
So once a person is deemed catastrophic, they will still have to turn to an adjuster from their insurance company who will be involved in the decision-making process for every rehab benefit requested. The adjuster will continue to manage the claim and make decisions whether they believe the requested treatment or other benefit is reasonable and necessary. In our experience, catastrophically impaired clients with $1 million available in benefits usually receive less denials because adjusters then can't argue that a person doesn't have enough benefit coverage. This gives a person the opportunity to get the treatment they need and deserve without being told that they don't have enough money in their non-catastrophic limit. They now have an additional $935,000 of coverage. Treatments they could not afford or home modifications they need are now accessible more easily, and they're able to use this money to see what advancements they can make in their disability with treatment tools available. That being said, even if you now have more treatment funds available, the adjuster still has to agree that the recommended treatment is reasonable and necessary.
Now, one thing that we hear from our clients is how frustrating this process can be. And we understand it can be exhausting having to reach out to an adjuster every time you need treatment. People have told us, I don't want to spend $120 on physio now when I can get it for less after settlement. Despite this situation, we always recommend that our clients use the benefits as they accurately need them. In our industry, there's a term called burn rate. This rate will influence how much your case is valued at. To get an appropriate settlement value, a person needs to show now that they are catastrophic and have access to $1 million in medical, rehabilitation, and attendant care benefits, that they are actually using the services that they need. If you can't show that you are using the increased benefits you now have access to, the insurance company will assume that you don't need treatment. You aren't using it, and they will offer you less for future healthcare benefits in a potential future settlement offer. For this reason, we recommend that all of our clients access their benefits in all areas that may benefit their future health. Our experience is that you push through, use your benefits, and wait. Your insurance company will eventually reach out and try to settle your case.
The question that arises then is, how do I get my insurance company to settle? When a person is deemed catastrophically impaired, they become like a long-term maintenance client for their insurance company. Once they've had time to benefit from the added treatment dollars, they reach a period where they're ready to split from their insurance company. And as we've mentioned, it can be frustrating constantly having to ask for permission every time you need treatment. Luckily, insurance companies also want to divorce themselves from those insureds deemed catastrophically impaired. They don't like keeping long-term insureds. It's too expensive for them. Some may want to settle the claim with a low number, as they don't think the person's claim is worth a lot. And some may try to get a person to settle if they believe that they're unaware of how much benefits they really need.
It's important for a person to have an experienced lawyer with them during a settlement period to determine whether the insurance company's offer is reasonable. An experienced lawyer will be able to provide a claimant with the knowledgeable insight needed to determine whether a settlement is appropriate or not. We recommend that anyone who is settling their claim makes sure to reach out to an experienced accident benefits lawyer before they say yes to their insurance provider. Just remember, while there's no blank check after the determination of catastrophic impairment, there is an eventual resolution and settlement to a claim. A lawyer will help ensure the settlement serves the claimant appropriately. With that said, that's all we have for today. Harpreet, I'd like to thank you for joining us here today.
Of course, it's always a pleasure.
We hope that answering these questions gave you some further insight into the process of being determined catastrophically impaired. If you have any additional questions, I encourage you to leave a comment on this video or reach out to us at injurylawyercanada.com. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope to see you again in our next video.